Hey y'all, so I haven't really been feeling like doing any videos lately. Today is September the 15th, and so September the 9th was a 9/9. It felt like a 6/6. So I knew I was coming to Panama City, Florida, and I was going to drive my RV. And I went out to the RV, it would not crank. So I called Progressive. They kept canceling on me. So before, like around winter time, I had to call Progressive because my battery wouldn't start. And I asked the guy, was it the battery? He said no, because it was like fire when he got ready to jump it off, because I was going to go buy a new battery. So when he cranked it up, I drove it for a while, and then it lasted or whatever. So this particular time, I called Progressive, and it was a Sunday, and they kept canceling. So I don't know if they don't get paid enough to go jump off a battery on Sunday. I don't know how they get paid. But he brought this big old truck, like a tow truck, and I know that was, a whole lot of gas the first time. So this time he didn't show up. So I'm just sitting in. I have a car, but my car is a hybrid, and I don't want to jump start the truck with the car because I don't want to mess the car up. So I just sat there for a while, and then I was going to go ask a neighbor who had a truck, and I actually did ring the doorbell. Nobody came to the door. And then I thought about, I was already in my car. Let me go to AutoZone. So I went to AutoZone. I bought a jump box, and he was telling me, the trucks, you can have it plugged up. Because I've seen a guy do this before. He plugged his truck up to keep it like a hot start. But I don't know when I'm going to drive the RV, so I don't want to put electricity constantly going to the RV and I'm not going to use it. I'd rather just jump it off or something like that. But anyway, I went and got the jump box. My RV wouldn't crank, so I just got a jump starter. I'm leaving the O'Reilly's, headed home. Felt really smart because I came up with that idea and it worked. So went down to the gas station to get some gas. You can't have the truck on, so I turned the truck off. Filled up the RV. It would not crank back up. So I got out of the RV, went to Starbucks, got some coffee, came back, and this guy, he tried to help me, right? But then his jumping cables couldn't jump this, because he had a car. So his jumping cables couldn't jump it off, and he was kind of disappointed, but he was really, really nice, and I was very, very appreciative. And this other guy came and told him, he was like, well, you should clean your batteries off, and you should get us some bigger jumping cables. So dude had a car too, but he had the bigger jumping cables, and he knew more about cars, and he actually got the truck started. I turned it up.
Wait up, man. Your things are corroded on your battery. I'm gonna go get my car.
Okay. Do it for some hours, and it's been cranking ever since. So that happened. So I was on the road, but I was on the road an hour late. So that wasn't that big of a deal. So Panama City, Florida is 8 hours from my house. I had to be in Florida on the 10th. So I was going to leave Friday. So I always try to leave early, give myself chance to get somewhere, right? But it was raining, 100% showers in Panama Friday. So I was like, I'm not going to leave Friday. And then I'm not going to leave Saturday. I'll leave Sunday because I had to be here on Monday. Okay, so I was going to drive 5 hours the first day and then 3 hours the next day, and I'll be there on Monday. So I drove 2 hours. And then my truck started doing like this, shaking. I got really nervous. I slowed down to like 20 miles per hour. And my dashboard said, your tire. So I slowed down. People was blowing at me and everything. First I pulled off, but I was like, this is dangerous because, that speed was just coming. And it wasn't a stop shade. It was small. In my RV, I couldn't get out and look at the tire. So I decided to keep going, even though I know the tire was messed up. So I know it started, shaking, and I was nervous. So when I went down to 20 miles per hour, it kind of like stopped. So I did, it was, the next exit was a mile away. I get to the exit. I jump out the truck. I look at the tire, and it is going flat. And so I put in Walmart near me, and it was saying Walmart was an hour away. So I put in tire places near me, and it came up with Walmart Auto Tire, just like 3 miles away. So I decided to go ahead and go, because it was still that Sunday when Progressive, they didn't want to work. And so I was like, the tire was not all the way flat. So I made it to Walmart at 6:30. They close at 7. The auto place closes at 7. So the guy comes out and he says, we have a tire. And then I was like, oh, this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to get the tire fixed and I'll be back on the road. And then another guy comes out and he was like, well, tell her we don't have the tire. And I heard him tell him that. And I was like, okay. So he was like, well, we have the tire, but it don't hold your weight. And I was like, okay. So I was like, how long does it take to get the tire? And he was like, sometimes it takes 24 to 48 hours. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? First, the truck wouldn't start. Now, the tire place. And I had to be where I had to be on a Monday. So, they open up. And then, so I went ahead. And he just kept walking around. So, I was like, let's go ahead and order the tire. Because I obviously have a flat. And he's like, oh, you want me to order the tire? I'm like, yeah, order the tire. And so he was like, can you afford $100 tire? And I was like, yeah. Because I had priced the tire before, because I was watching my tire on this side. I was watching this tire on this side. I checked the tires. They all look good. This one actually blew out from the inside. I don't like when tires do that. They was rubbing on the inside. But anyway, he tried to blow the tire up. And you can hear it hissing. So once he tried to blow it up more, you can hear it hissing. Then it went all the way out. Yikes! Made it to Walmart though. It went all the way down, and he was like, "You want to order a tire?" I was like, "Yeah, okay." He said, "It'll be here tomorrow," and I was like, "That's great." So they opened up at 7 a.m. So I slept in my RV because I'm camping in my RV. And he was like, you can go across the street and get a hotel if you want to. And I'm like, I have a, I was like, why would he even suggest? I didn't say anything after he said that, because I'm in a camper. Like, why would I go pay for a hotel when I have a bed right here? But anyway, so I waited from 6:30 to 7 the next morning. I went in there. He said, they don't bring the tires until like 8:30, 9:30, or 10:30. And I'm like, dang, I had to check in to where I'm going at 4 o'clock, because I had a reservation in Panama. So I was like, okay, 10:30, because I stay, have my little fans on in here. I stay, in the bed or whatever. And I know, like, when it gets too hot, I got to get up out of here, because I don't want to run my generator. You can't really run your generator in close proximities or whatever. But anyway, so I end up just being patient. I had already been there. 7 to 7 is 12 hours, mind you. He knocked on my door at 10:30. And so that's 15 hours. I'm being patient. I wasn't acting crazy, get away, nothing, because it wasn't even necessary. I mean, I was going to have to stop anyways, but I ended up stopping earlier than what I had to. So he said to me, and I'm ordering me some Google glasses, the one that records, when people are around you, because a lot of things happen, but you don't have it on tape. You know what I'm saying? And he knocked on my door and he said, well, your tire's here and you can wait another 45 minutes to an hour. I have been here 15 hours because we have people ahead of you. And I'm like, how can they have people ahead of me when I've been here all night? I should be first. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't say anything. I said, what'd you say? And he said, you can wait about 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I stayed in here for like 30 more minutes. And then it started getting hot. So this is a box. And when the sun starts coming up, I have to get up out of here. I always set my clock every day at 8 o'clock. Even though I'm in RV. Especially when I'm traveling. I'm just using like the wind and battery operated fans. I had my clock set. So I was like, let me get up out of here. So I went and sat in there. And I just sat kind of annoyed. I'm here 15 hours and they got people pulling in the bay, in and out. And people walking around me with grapes. And I'm just, not saying anything, just paying attention. They're taking lunch breaks. It was like more than 5 people working back there. But they just walking around like it was nothing to do. And then they start pulling other cars in while I'm waiting to get my tire done. So this white older guy comes in with a battery in his hand, and they almost chased him down. I'm gonna give you the story if anybody want to get the camera footage. They still have it. He came in with a small battery. He wasn't asking for no customer service. They took off after him, trying to give him customer service. Oh, a customer. That's what they said. I'm like, okay. So they went, followed him, helped him, and so he was walking back into Walmart. And the lady was like, your car is over here. But he was like, well, yeah, I'm not. And he was almost like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? He didn't ask for any help, but they was all on him to give him customer service. And I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, it's an RV. I'm a black older woman. Because I've been a woman for 51 years. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I saw a dog. This is old. I saw a dog, and it was really big, like a horse. You ever seen a really big dog? And I wasn't paying attention to the road. I hit my tire. I pulled over to the gas station. I just took the jack out of the car, and I just looked at the tire. This guy, I don't want to say redneck because you know how people just are. But he jumped out of his car. He took the tire iron out of my hand. No communication, because I don't really talk that much. No communication. He changed the tire for me. He wouldn't take $20. He wouldn't take anything. And that's how it's been all of my life. Men do men stuff. For women in distress, like that guy with my battery. One guy jumped out, another guy jumped out. We want to help her. These guys at this Walmart was like, this is not important. You know what I'm saying? She don't need to get back on the road. I'm like, I've been here. I told a lady, I said, I've been here for 15 hours. Why are they still pulling cars in? I should be first. And then she's like, I'll go tell them. And then I was like, well, do you have a supervisor? And then she said, you want the supervisor? And I was like, no, that's okay. Because I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, no, that's okay. I just sat there. And I was steaming in the inside, though, because I'm seeing what's going on. So I was like, how they going to pay for this? You know what I'm saying? Just like my Carrie moment. I was steaming. I was like, well, you can't, like, put no hex or want something bad to happen to somebody because they didn't put you as a priority or treat you like the damsel in distress or like, you know what I'm saying? So the only thing that's different is that I'm black because, like I said, they chased that white man. I'm black and I have an RV. And I was like, it wasn't just one guy, though, doing that. It was all of them. It was like a collective thing. Nobody wanted to do the tire. And I'm like, okay, these people would stretch a Tesla. You know, like.
This woman is about to key a Tesla. Mean-spirited acts of vandalism are happening across the USA to Tesla owners, and they're all caught on security cameras, which are equipped on Teslas. He's a Tesla twice. This granny repeatedly keys a car in a parking lot in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Getting rid of this kind of vandalism? I think it's the presumption of Tesla owners being rich or snobby, goes one social media comment.
Before they found out the camera was on a Tesla, people were keying Teslas. I had people unscrew things on my truck. I had to screw it back in. They try to drain the tank. I think they did that tire. I don't know if they did this tire or not. But anyway, I said they would key a Tesla. Because the only thing is, I'm a black lady. I'm like looking around like I'm a black lady and I'm in an RV and everybody else is getting service but me. And yeah, I was the only person there. So I'm going to tell you the town that I was in. I'll put a little screenshot up there. But yeah, so I paid the $187 for the ticket, and then I just was sitting around. No, I was sitting around after I told her, I've been sitting here, and she said, you wanna supervise, and I was like, no. They pulled another white car in. I did not say anything. I just got my camera, and I went around the corner, and I just looked at them. Because you have to do this on social media, blast them. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way they're like, oh my God, she's going to tell us we could lose our jobs. I just said that. But anyway, non-verbally, I got my camera. I went around the corner because they pulled this white car in there, and I started videotaping them. All these men are standing around. I'm going to put a clip right here. All of these men, look at this. They don't want to do no work. Are standing around. They saw the camera. I did like 10-15 seconds, put the camera up, went back and sat down. 10 minutes later, not even, they were changing my tire. And then guess how long it took them to change the tire? 10 minutes. Then they had me out of there. So I was steaming the whole time, right? And then I was like, once I got on the road, I felt so much better to get away from them. And I was like, it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going down the road, happy that I'm on the road because I had been stalled for like 15 hours. So that was taken care of. Then I'm from Nashville, and Nashville is a major city. So what they do on the radio, they play songs, those top hits, over and over and over again. The top 20. I called them before, and I was like, why y'all keep playing the same songs all the time? Anyway, they was like, we're a major city. People come in, they gotta be acting like, it gotta be upbeat for them. They're traveling. You live here, but they're traveling. They have to have so they do top 20 all day long, over and over and over again. So I'm finding a radio station, and then the first thing I hear on the radio when I'm coming through Alabama was, this ain't no pity party. No pity party. This song on the radio. And I'm like, what? It felt like it was just talking to me. And it was like one of those old school songs. The lady was really singing. Then the next song was, I seen too many victories to let defeat have the last word. And the way that I've seen, that's this man, he was singing it, but he was singing the song. He could sing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow. I've seen too many victories to let defeat have the last word. I wish I could sing like that so y'all could hear it. I should have, YouTube won't let you, whatever. But if you, yeah, that's what happened. But the racism part, because I'm black, like what else could there be? But anyway, yeah, I'm going to show you guys the store because it was really unnecessary. And being a woman of 51 years and getting older, and like I said, the other two guys, they helped me out. It's always been like that. If I ever needed anything, I don't have to beg nobody to do anything for me. But yeah, these people just didn't want to. They didn't. I don't know. But yeah, I felt it was racism. I felt like it, because what else could it be? The only difference between me and other people was that I was black, and then I had they don't like the people who. I'm an older lady, so retired, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was my video. I got some more videos coming. Thank you for watching.